Hi guys, it's like Chrissy and I'm here to do a reading for you guys. Now this is going to be a general reading for the collective. I know sometimes maybe we're used to if you're an avid tarot reading watcher, you know that they usually break them down into by your zodiac sign, but this one is going to be for the collective, which means it's for anyone that's watching. Whenever you're hearing this, even if I date this, because I haven't decided what I'm going to title it yet, I know that I just want it to be a reading that's going to be for July. Okay, so the general energies that we will be feeling during July. This is what I wanted to kind of do a reading on. So this is for anyone watching this. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel again. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I love to have you here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. And also thank you guys for waiting on me, because I've been toying around with new readings, how I wanted to move forward. And I kind of just really do miss doing videos. Sometimes it's just really tough. I'll just be honest with you. As a reader, you have to you're doing a lot of work, and you want to know that your work is being supported when you're spending your time doing it. So me putting things on YouTube sometimes is very challenging, because we can work very hard on our readings and we put all our might into them and we feel like they're not getting seen. And, those are things, ego issues, right? Those are things that really shouldn't matter. And, those are, I'm just human. So those are things that I work through just like anyone else. I think that, like I was telling someone yesterday, the awareness of it solves about 95% of the problem. So just knowing it kind of does that. So this is going to be for every sign. I think that I will do maybe some quick readings maybe after this for July for each sign. But we're going to start out at least with it being general, and then we'll move into, the singles. So, and I know I got my cards backwards. This is kind of the best setup I can have right now. I'll still make sure that I show you guys the cards. We're going in with this is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. I've been using it for a long time. And we have the Sea Serpent. So this means that we're going into the month of July feeling very, very creative. I think we're feeling very, very expressive. We're at peace with our emotions. If you've done your work, during Cancer season, going into July should be a breeze. Cancer season could have brought up all of our emotions and the things that we need to address so that we can feel safe emotionally, so we can feel secure. And whenever we start to heal those wounds that are kind of like energy, maybe draining our energy without us knowing, Cancer brings up the cycles that we're dealing in. We're looking at the cycles that we're in. And when we find out where we've been draining our energy, and which I totally see right here in the first little line, you can apply it into other places. Really, that's where most of our creative energy is, misplaced emotionally somewhere, maybe traumas or maybe things like that. But when that energy, when those things or those wounds are kind of pulling away from us, it's hard for us to muster up the energy that we need to be able to create the life that we want to create, or to be able to manifest what it is that we want to manifest. We have a hard time creating, okay? And partially so because, if there's a part of us that's unhealed or unsafe, looking at the Four of Pentacles here, we go into this energy where we get very, very protective of ourselves. But the Four of Pentacles protective energy is one that that I don't think that the four of Pentacles energy knows how the rest of the suit of the Pentacles goes, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10, because eventually you win, but it does require you to move from this place where that you're in, or the state that you're in, that's making you want to stay put. Because what we may be doing is we may be rooting ourselves down into things that won't have any, that won't have any, that won't yield anything. That's kind of the, that's kind of what I'm kind of getting here with that. And it just instantly made me look at this, the chance to boost vitality, health, and leads to the moon in Virgo. So that's one of the cards I pulled here. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be a Virgo. This could be pertaining to a particular Virgo in your life, or if you're Virgo, maybe it's just important for you to hear this message. But we all have the charts, we have every sign somewhere. But I usually, as a reader, use the signs as an energy, like the energy of that sign. So we're talking about moon and Virgo. We're talking about Virgo. Virgo is all about the harvest. And where are we investing? What are we spending our time doing? What are we putting in? Is it bringing anything back? Is it taking away from us? It's looking at those things. It's looking at things critically. You have the page of swords here as the second card. So we're looking at things critically. We're learning. We're over the part of being a student. You know, I feel like this is like where this is where, I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to cry when I had to go to school sometimes. I don't know exactly why. But once I was there, I actually excelled and did pretty good. And I had fun being able to learn new things and to be able to, practically use the things that I was learning. Is almost like magic when you learn how to do math or to write or, or whatever it is, whatever skills you're learning in school. When you're learning formulas, those things are always cool. I've always loved the periodic table, and things like that and memorizing those. But anyway, enough about me. This is that energy. This is where we're getting excited. This is where we're taking in information. We're taking notes. We're really, really looking at things very analytically. And I think that with the Page of Swords, we don't have a problem. You know how that energy of being in a classroom, and while you're in the classroom, every time the teacher asks a question, there's always this one student that goes, "Ooh, I know." Right? And they're already ready to blurt out the answer. That's kind of this energy right here. And that doesn't mean that you're like, ready to blurt out an answer, but it's just the excitement that you have about having information and learning information. And what we're learning about with the center of the reading is the Empress. We're learning about self-care. We're learning about what the universe can and will provide. We're learning about what's within our control and what's not in our control. And one thing that I find that I think is really important is next to the Page of Swords, she's looking at the Five of Cups. So we're learning about why this particular relationship didn't work, why this relationship did work. Why did I, invest more in this relationship than this one? We're looking at those things, and we're not looking at it from a hurt place. We're looking at it from I don't even want to know if I want to say healing place, but it's just that you're allowing space between your feelings and your emotions. It's your feelings and your thoughts. And when I get two pages right here, that's kind of what it is. You have the Page of Swords right here, who wants to think about it. What are the facts? What is the information, right? And then over here, you have the Page of Cups right here, that's very dreamy and imaginative, and can kind of get a little bit lost in emotions sometimes, and I'm looking at this pig flying. It's like, maybe for some of these relationships and for some of these things, what we may have wanted before is something that is kind of that wouldn't be tangible, almost as if it were fantasy or something like that. And I think that there's something that comes in, maybe because something happened in Cancer season, to bring you into this space to where you're not only making decisions for your heart, you're involving your head, and you're communicating with the world around you. You're comparing maybe your relationships. You're comparing, maybe for this with Cups, it can be these different projects, maybe these different ideas. You're looking at what worked and what didn't work, what felt good and what didn't feel good, and what doesn't feel good. And you're making tangible plans to be able to move forward with that energy, because right here we have the Seven of Pentacles, and these seeds are being planted right here. And the thing about the Seven of Pentacles is in the traditional tarot, it's a person who looks like he's gardening, and he looks like he's tired. Like, when is this harvest going to come? When are these things going to manifest? And I just think that one thing is two cards here that, I always think of. I guess I self-taught myself tarot. So a little of these, I just think of them as the energy. Like, you don't ever want to be here because you're stuck. You're not moving on. And here it's like where we are, we're working, but we're wanting it to come right away. So I kind of just feel like with these right here, it's not really so much about it being negative. Like, not negative. I don't usually see it negative, but I just know that we're waiting on something to come, and we're feeling like we're working for no reason, and you're waiting for that little breaking point to where it's like, you know, it's almost like that picture, if you've seen it, if the person dug a little bit more, they would have been at the gold or something like that. It's almost like that's kind of what this energy is. But usually, but then I'm sorry, that's how I usually see it. But today it's not like that. Today I see it like I've planted my seeds, and because I've planted my seeds, I know that the universe will provide for me, which is totally the feeling of the empress, I'm sorry, right here in the center of the reading. You feel really, really, really cared for, and you're taking very good care of yourself. I think that this is a lot of with the Four of Pentacles right here. This is a lot of knowing when to step back. Realizing when to step back, realizing when to stay and when to go. It's almost like I don't know, like I'm kind of seeing in my mind's eye like a army when they go move, 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 and then you go and then you wait and you hide behind something. It's like move, move, move. It's like you're learning how to kind of maneuver around these energies, because what I feel is like this first of all, you got this card here, be here now, and then you have know your worth right here, and I feel like even with Virgo, it says contentment here on this card. I just feel like anything that doesn't feel good, you've been removing the energy of the things that don't feel good, and for that you're not having to feel bad. Just simply as that. But the be here now is this energy of the Empress. It's being present enough to say, I feel good. It's like a lifeline, like you're waiting on the beep to go off before you decide to sorry guys, you're letting the beep go off. So you're monitoring yourself, you're watching yourself very carefully, and I think that it's because the Empress has this certain level of self-worth. You also have the skunk here, which the skunk spirit is know your worth. So you have both of these. You have that supporting you. You're very, very present. You're in tune with yourself. You're really, really deeply connected to yourself, and you're very, very grounded. You have 3 earth energies here. You have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles right here, and then you have the Empress, which is the mother. It's our divine feminine, also connecting with this right here. Very, very in tune with your feelings. Very, very intuitive, for naturally intuitive. It's like almost like you're not having to really, spirit is not having a hard time, really. God is not really having a hard time talking to you. Spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is not really having a hard time speaking to you, because this Virgo energy is giving this discernment. The Virgo, along with the Page of Swords, it's this discernment that you're having over things, and I don't think anything can kind of reign over the things that you're getting. Look, the other card here is truth. So we have truth here. You're seeing the truth, you're recognizing the truth, and I don't think that I don't really think that you have a choice to really do anything other than to live in that truth, because at the same time, you know that you're analyzing, you're determining, where do I move? Do I go with the way that I feel, or do I go with the knowledge? You're pivoting through both of those really, really, really good. It's almost like if at one point in life we work through the ego, and then our intuition is really quiet. But here, your intuition is you're in flow with it. You're connected to the universe and your higher self. That Virgo energy there, I don't know. It's just something about taking care of yourself very, very well. It says the chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. Taking care of yourself is bringing this in, and I'm not just talking about money spent and taking trips and those things. I'm talking about emotionally. You're really, really looking at those things like a scientist with the Page of Swords in there, really, really looking at it. For some of you, this has a lot to do with your tribe, your social surroundings, your social groups, with the 3 of Cups right here. I think that you're seeing a vision, and whatever the vision is that you're saying that vision of what you see, and you're looking up in the clouds and you're saying, hey, this is what I'm making out, and you're seeing who's willing to look up there with you and to see this, to at least attempt to see the same thing that you're seeing as you look in the air. Because here you have a tribe. There's a tribe. They're all looking in the same direction. Okay? They're there to support. And then here, you know, we go a little bit lower than the 6 of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands, which is a victory. personal victory, celebration, recognition. And it comes, here you go. You have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, and I want to say this because there are a lot of things here that keep, that are making me. So we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. You have this wreath here on the Six of Wands. You have this wreath here at the beginning. So yeah, it's saying, I'm not a wreath, but a ring. And it's just making me think that you're breaking this big cycle that you probably have been going through for a very, very long time. It's something about relying on faith and relying on the universe to let it do its job. I don't think you're trying to fill in the blanks. If a blank spot comes, you feel your way through it as opposed to trying to forge any way through it. And I think that is really, 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 really supporting you a lot, because you're not having to double back and do things again and do things twice. You're able to make very, very, very sound decisions because you know what feels good and what doesn't. And for that, a lot of your wishes are being manifested because you now have the capacity and the energy to manifest. You know what you need, because you are in touch with what you have. That's it. Yeah. Know your worth. So I've talked about this before in a reading, in a personal reading with someone. A lot of times we manifest from the universe and we're not in tune with what it is that we actually want to manifest from the universe. The reason why is because the ego makes us think we need a lot of things that we actually don't need. So a lot of times when we ask for stuff that we don't need, maybe the universe may not give it to you because, one, what if it would be something that would hinder your ultimate growth or your ascension? Or two, what if you didn't have the capacity to be able to keep that thing because your vibration is not yet with that manifestation? So it takes a lot of soul searching to get to the point to where you are aware, where you've taken inventory of your supplies. That's what this Page of Swords is doing. It's taking inventory of our energy. That way we can truly assess what we need, and we don't have to add. We can cut down the list because you may have 10 things that you feel like you need, and maybe we can sum that up by saying, you know what, it's not a new house, a new car, a new job, a new person. I just want joy. And then when you ask for joy, bam, it comes in every form it can come in, because you're willing to follow the feeling of joy. You're not just saying it and just like waiting on it to show up. You're embodying it. You're not leaving space between you and the feeling. So it's like we're removing all of the obstacles that are kind of in between. It's like the drama is gone. The drama is leaving out. With the Five of Cups right there, you're letting it go down. Even the Five of Cups, I see it as a positive because I see this person seeing what's going on, you're actively watching things fall away, but it's you're not letting it take a toll over you with the Four of Pentacles as you hold on to your stance. And that's what's bringing this prosperity in, this abundance in. I know what card I didn't pull. I meant to pull a Angels of Abundance card. So let me pull one of those. I know I have a million cards out here. Oh, okay, what do we have here? Look, perfect card. I saw it earlier today when I was going through them for myself. Pay yourself first. Okay, so this is taking care of yourself first, taking care of your needs first, providing for yourself first. And when you're doing that, as you're filling yourself up, then you're having the space to really be able to analyze what's going on, because you're not making like a deal with someone else energetically where your ego has been satisfied, but you're depleting your spirit by the connection. And this is where you're choosing to take care of yourself by prioritizing your own energy. You take care of everything and everyone around you. So it says here, make yourself your most important. And now this is going to say financial. It says financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. So this is about finances. Of course, this is totally about finances. You have the Four of Pentacles here and you have the Seven of Pentacles, but also as it pertains to your energy, make sure that you're taking care of yourself first with the energy that you have, because I'm feeling like here with the Sea Serpent, you've done a lot of, it's a lot of that emotional evaluation that I feel like the full moon in Capricorn, actually, it's funny, the full moon in Capricorn that's happening in June, because I'm recording these in June, is going to make you do, it's going to kind of require us to do a lot of emotional work. And I feel like from that is going to be kind of like this swelling up of healing energy that you have. But it's going to be for you to restore yourself, and for you to focus on yourself and to heal the ego. Actually, that's kind of what I'm getting out of this. Like there's some ego wounding that's being healed by that energy. So what happens is this: if you're going and you're using it to heal other people's egos that are not due for healing just yet, because there are certain levels of ascension that we're all at, we're at different places. So the same medicine, it's almost like this, like you know that you can't give the same dose of medicine to a child. It's different for child and adult, you know? And so it's kind of like the same thing. But in our world, you know, sometimes the empress can be overgiving. So it's like, here, just take the adult, and that person is not really ready for that. So they don't know how to appreciate that healing energy. So you have to kind of take care of yourself first. And as you heal yourself, you'll become more and more in tune with how to use that energy in the right ways and to mold it to where it won't get wasted, because you've worked for it. It's not like it's something just, you know, whooshing in. We all have done the work here in Cancer season, where, you know, where we're faced with the full moon in Capricorn that's wanting us to put, it's like, yeah, all of this imaginative stuff, let's put some plans to it. This is a Capricorn card right here. Let's put the work in. What are we building? What do we have? What are we holding on to? What are we achieving? You know, emotionally. Let's not just say it. Let's be it. Let's embody it. Okay, that's what this is. So we're doing it here with the Empress. Okay. So let's see here. What other advice could I give? I think that's that. I think I want to kind of read a little bit, maybe some of these cards. We can see. Let me pull out some of the books. I'm sorry, guys. All right, the moon in Virgo. I kind of want to read that one first because it's standing out to me. Because yeah, it's just this healthy self evaluation, and also too with Virgo. I always pay attention to the way that Virgo it focuses on those small day-to-day things and day-to-day changes that we normally don't, and it gives us those little things that we switch, like the little bitty switches. They make the momentum for the bigger ones to come in. So it's almost like these smaller decisions that you're making. If you're making these good decisions, these choices that you're thinking are very, very insignificant, I'm kind of seeing it like it's a coming together of something, like a culmination of something as you do that. So don't overlook the small, you know, don't think that your choices are minute. And don't get into the process of letting your ego think, well, that change is so little, it's not going to work, so I'm not going to do it. Because these little changes are going to have a huge impact. Okay? And I think that with the Page of Swords right here in the Five of Cups, you're not going to be able to ignore nudges that you get, because the Page of Swords is not going to let that fly. It's almost like the detective, like the Page of Swords is like, no, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. So if something is even very, like, this is the Empress, you know, just think of maternal instincts, right? Mothers are kind of hyper aware when they're pregnant, or even when they have children. That is kind of how you are to your environment right now. And I think that, you know how when it's funny to me, it's coming to me like this. You know, when pregnant women say, I can't eat that because it smells, like it can be something that they used to eat, but then it may be like, I can't take that smell. It's making me sick. It's making me nauseous. That is what I kind of feel like is going to happen in your environment. Not literally, but anything that is uncomfortable is going to be really, really hard for you to bear. And I don't really think that you're going to rambunctiously go against it, or, you know, or I don't think you're going to be confrontational. Nothing here says that, but I think you're going to, you know, because you know that you're embodying something, you're getting ready to give birth. You feel these changes coming about. You feel this potent future. You feel more and more connected since Cancer season to your truth. We have the Truth card right here, to your imagination and your intuition with the Empress and the Page of Cups right here, to your desires, your goals, and how you want to be viewed and what you want, to knowing your worth, your present. I think that you're going to be so in that space because it feels good that you're not going to want to fight for anything. I think that you can let other people's egos just win. And that doesn't mean get disrespected or turn the other cheek. But I just feel like there's going to be so much support that in lieu of the support that you may have thought that you would have with the Five of Cups, because you can see the three cups that are down, and then the three cups that are remaining, and then wait, is it two? How did they do it in this one? One is behind her, one is falling off. Okay, usually it's like two cups in the back that the person doesn't see. So this is when we focus on the things that are lost. And I think that maybe that may have been something that may have been going in previously, and these things are being washed up to the surface so we can take care of them. And I think that finally we're maturing to a place where we can silence our heart enough to be able to see things for what they truly are. And then we can let the heart back in to feel. So you're using this intuition and this this intellect, or this communication, knowledge. You're using logic and practical sense. You got earth here too. We're very, very practical. We're very, very we're using our minds. We're not playing dumb. We are in tune with our intuition. We're looking at the small nudges, even the ones that are simple, and we're mothering ourselves to say, okay, I understand that my child in my brain is telling me this. Yes, it might be true. It's like a kid. I feel like the kid it's almost like if a kid is like, Mom, you know that my practice is at 4, and it's like 1, and then they keep saying it every 10 minutes because they think that the parent will forget, but the parent has it under control. And then you have this kid right here that's like, Mommy, I feel sad. Mommy, I feel like this. Mommy, I feel like that. And as a parent to yourself, you are able to, you're not just telling them don't ask anymore. You're not just saying, telling your brain, don't send this thought anymore. You're not just telling this, this other child, part of yourself, to go feel good. You're actually listening to the concerns. You're letting those things be heard. And for that reason, since you're actually listening to yourself because you're so in tune with yourself, you're able to solve these problems. If not, there will be people in your tribe, in your circle, that will help you with that. Because what it is, I feel like, if it's it may be feeling like seeing yourself in a different light. I think that you're getting to see other views of yourself that you may not have seen before. And I think that it's really, really giving you this feeling like I can kind of do anything. I can bring anything to life. I can create. I feel creative again. I feel like I'm back in that space. So, yeah, that's going to be July. But we're going to read these cards. It's time to indulge in your true interest. Oh, this is Moon in Virgo. Sorry. It's time to indulge in your true. It's now time to indulge your true interest and to integrate these into your daily schedule so that you can enjoy your life more. You'll feel motivated by daily activities and work that really means something to you on a core level. You may wish to be at the top of your game or feel that you must consider where your skills can be applied in new and challenging terrain. Otherwise, you risk resting on your laurels, or worse, still stagnating, and your daily life will seem a chore rather than a pleasure. If, however, and let me just pause and say this, because these two cards kind of speak to that a little bit. The Four of Pentacles can sometimes talk about being stagnant. And then sometimes the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords is what I kind of was talking about, where we're excited about being able to. It's like that kid that's just raising his hand, that's just excited, that just has every answer because they studied really good, and they're like, oh, I know it. This is kind of how you are, and it's what's breaking you out of that. And it's so much of this that's happening on your day-to-day, by moment to moment. You're checking in because you're really, really present with the hummingbird spirit. It's movable, like up, down, left, right. It's movable energy. So you're pivoting perfectly, okay? If however you feel valued in your current work and are excited to continue to, if however you feel valued in your current work and are excited to continue rising to new challenges in your daily life, continue on this path, as this is where you'll best be able to be of use and service to those with whom you work, and this ultimately will bring you the greatest satisfaction and contentment. This is a good time to review health practices and routines. You may feel particularly vivacious, or perhaps the opposite. If it is the latter, this is a chance to boost health and nutrition so that you can stay in peak fitness and be productive, both in the workplace and as a valuable member of your community. To be happy is vital to boost your self-esteem and enjoy basic daily exercise that has a wonderful uplifting effect. A health or beauty process, such as a beauty treat or regular gym workout, will generate a fresh approach to life and create more fulfilling and and deeper satisfaction, especially if you have been particularly self-critical, have been criticized recently, or are lacking self-esteem. Aim to boost energy levels and you'll feel revitalized on many more levels than purely the physical. Then in turn will improve all areas of your daily life and lead to contentment. So this right here just wants me to, I guess, talk about the fact that me and my gym experience, it's what it is it's something that can get you really, really out of this space, because I really feel like with these two here, I keep on calling them kids for a reason, because these are inner children. This is how we're showing up. So I'm just thinking of them in the I'm thinking of the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords in the back seat of the car, and I'm just thinking of them both just going and going and going. This one here is just kind of reminding you all the time in your ear about what you need to do, what you have to do, what you haven't done. Can we do this? What's this question? What's this answer? It's very like that all over the place. And then this one is always concerned. It's the moody one that may cry one day, that may be happy. You can't really figure it out. So I can feel like there may be those moments where you probably deal with that in July, where you're trying to satisfy both at the same time, and it can become a little bit overwhelming. But you have the energy of the Four of Pentacles here. So this is going along with this Moon and Virgo thing to ground yourself, to do something to bring yourself back into your body. Exercise is a perfect way to bring yourself out of your head space, out of your emotional space, because you're doing something that requires you to be kind of present and work out. It has helped me a lot to be present in my life. And also you have the Empress here, which means that this month we're going to be learning about being present and being in our bodies. This is a really, really physical time. You're working on clearing out the lower chakras here. With all of this yellow, we're doing solar plexus, red. We're moving down a little bit into our bodies to kind of heal out those things. So we're rebuilding what it is that we stand for, that we believe. Virgo is the energy that is kind of pure, and this is, what we want to achieve, and we're really, really in tune with knowing, which makes us a little bit closer to those things than we ever were. And I feel like with this truth card, this is really the truth of how it's always been. This just hasn't been accessible because of the space that we were in, or the mindset that we were in. Okay, so that is the reading, but we're going to go ahead and read a few books. Let's see, where are the books? Where are the books? Where are the books? Just had them a little while ago, but where did I put them? Bear with me one second, guys. Okay, here is that one. Then I need the book for it. Okay, I read Virgo already. We need the animal. Oh, got it. And what other book? Do I need any other one? I think that's good. We'll read those three. I'll leave the Sea Serpent alone today. Sea Serpent doesn't want to be bothered. Okay. So 20, truth. Okay. The qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times, it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show how far you need to go. This card comes forth to do just that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, may now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The True card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life, but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choice or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Use the powers of the universe, and blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity about a shift of awareness. What was once not obvious will now be realized and understood. Be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. So yeah, this is totally like going into your intuition and really trusting in yourself and believing in yourself. And I think that the more present you are, the easier that will be for you to do. So any activities that are going to make you grounded, that are going to bring you back to center, you do. It's like taking a deep breath. I just feel like it's just like, you know, how someone who's who's pregnant, they don't do as much, right? It's like that resting period because you know something is coming, something is important. So it makes you kind of have to really, really be very, very present with what energy you're in, with what space you're in, and to make sure that you're not feeling bad because you know that it's affecting your future. It's affecting what you're giving birth to. So I think that even without you maybe wanting to or starting out like that, if you're not, because some of you will be there, that particular energy is going to come in for you. I think that the future is going to start to become so bright because we have the 9 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, the 3 of Cups. This is celebrating something, wishes coming true, things manifesting. You have the 7 of Pentacles, you've been waiting, and then boom, it's here, the Empress. So there may not be something that happens right away, but you're definitely making steps and doing things that really are going to put you in a really good position soon, okay? Maybe by Virgo season. Virgo, not Virgo. Okay, that's Libra too. I was gonna say, but yeah, maybe in by Virgo season we may see a difference. But let's go ahead and look at the animal cards here. I want to read the 54. The skunk card first. I'm sorry, I said the number 54, and that's another 9. So you have 9, 9, 9, 999. You may be seeing 999, but 9s are about completion. It's a very powerful number. The Empress here is pregnant, and it takes 9 months to have something. So 9 weeks, 9 months may be something super important to you. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. 54. All right. Let's see. The skunk spirit. Know your worth. What do you value? What do you believe in? Is your best, most authentic self on display? Skunk spirit comes as a reminder that you can be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity, and it will be inspired by. I love it because it's the Empress. It's people watching you, with the 6 of Wands there, and then the Empress. That's people watching you. That's people watching you kind of winning and just like being a star, like the star of your own life. If anything, I think that with the wreath there, it always reminds me of the World card, and you have the truth, and not the truth here, but I just kind of feel like with this wreath here, it's like a victory. Well, of course it's a victory, but it's kind of like it's being seen by more. It's been seen by a lot of people. It's like you're ready for the world almost. Yeah, that's pretty intense. Yeah, so let's see here. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of, and Skunk Spirit wants you to be your best self, the true you, okay? And then we have the Hummingbird Spirit right here. Let's put her down. And let's see what it is, 334. All right, the Hummingbird Spirit says, be here now. The hummingbird wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird Spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and sweetness of life is the eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now, you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you, for what you desire is being provided. Yes, there are blooms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird Spirit messages that you have no need to go about in search of something better, for all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. So definitely that present energy right there with the Empress and the Hummingbird, definitely present, like being present in the moment, being in the here and now is going to help you. So I'm really, really saying this. I know I said it once already, but really, really getting into your making sure that you're staying in your body, that you're, even if it's just like, I heard someone say this before and it's helpful. As you're walking up the steps, Think about the movements and the motions that your body is making walking up the steps, or when you're washing your hands, or when you're doing your daily routine, because Virgo wants us to look at how those small things add to the big picture. And it's where we give appreciation to our fingers for being able to hold a phone, or to drive, and our feet to, push down the pedals, or one step to take a step in front of the other. And I think that you're going to be so in love with life, because you're bringing life into life, that you're able to, if someone's saying like, oh, can you hear the birds? And then usually you might be a person like, oh, I don't listen to that, I have so much work. But I think that you'll turn into someone who can actually hear how beautiful the birds are, and see how beautiful the sky is, and how beautiful the flowers look, because you're in such a loving place, like you're pregnant. Now, I'm not saying you, because it could be a guy watching this. The Empress does not necessarily mean that you are pregnant, but it is talking about bringing something forth, bringing something into life. It is the card of creation. And it's saying that you're creating something. And I feel like whenever we create, even though, we have the model of what creation is, through sexual, intercourse, and, the production or birth of a baby, we also are emulating the universe with that, which means that we do get those endorphins and those things in our bodies when things are about to come, and chemically and energetically and atomically, we're preparing ourselves for that thing to come, till it gets to a point to where it meets. So when you're in that space, the further and further, closer and closer you know that you're getting to it, the more that energy builds up this momentum, and it makes you happy. And the happier you are, the more you want to stay there, the less you'll tolerate from everything else around you. And then you'll just kind of run into whatever is you're bringing into, your experience. Okay. It can be love. It can be a business. It can be a move. It can be whatever it is. But that is what we're doing. I feel like I want to pull one more card. Y'all know I'm a one more card person, so I just kind of feel like, let me go ahead and do it, since I'm used to doing it anyway. I want to pull a card from the we can use that. Let me see something, guys. If I can find the book, I'll use it, but if I can't, it'll be all right. Okay. No, maybe it was meant for me to use this one. So I'm going to pull from the energy oracle cards here. Let's see. Uh-oh. All right. Let me see. I feel like there's a message here. Spirit, what message does the collective need? Let's see here. All right. We have a jumper. Community. Look, it fell right on the Three of Cups. Okay, so big emphasis on having your support. This is a lot about knowing, filling out who your support is, finding people, because when you get these people around you, it's so much easier for you to be in this process, because you feel protected and you don't feel like you're having to be totally in your headspace. You're able to kind of find out your flow, like find out what flows. That's kind of another energy of the Empress, like letting things flow. Even the sea serpent is about finding the flow, letting those things flow out. So yeah, let's read community right here. That's a good card. Okay, it says connection with kindred spirits. This card shows three women celebrating and sharing ideas and supportive energy. The lights in this picture represent your ever-present spirit community as well. When this card appears upright, it indicates an association of some kind. It may be a casual connection of like-minded people joining a club or community or of some sort, or even a business partnership consisting of three or more entities. The time is right to make such new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. Networking and community are important parts of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intentions, it accelerates their power in the energetic realms. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending some beneficial alliances your way. Like the Happy Family card, this could also indicate a party or celebration of some kind. And you know what? I know that I'm going, and I know that it's probably like he said he was done, because this is a long reading. But something else is here. I feel it. Up. See? That popped out so quick. Look. Okay. I mean, same. It said it again. So it's like that message wanted to come out 2 times. So making sure that you guys know that that's important. We'll read that one too. Friendship, partnership of 2, possible love. This card shows a couple in a tender embrace, with the woman holding the blossom of new love. Like the community card. This reveals a caring connection, but usually between 2 people only. This card upright signals the beginning of deepening of a kindred spirit friendship, or even an appearance of new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. When this card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. The relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present at this age. Notice the opportunity to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender karmic connection at hand. So for some of you, this can be about love as well. But I feel more so it's just about the any type of situation that's supporting you. Be on the lookout for those, because that's going to be what kind of coasts you into feeling to be able to let your hair down enough to where you're not protective, that you hinder yourself, because that'll make you be too much in the Page of Swords. And we need there to be the balance of both the head and the heart, and grounding of it. So it's like you have this little square right here. You have balance in the head and the heart, and then the spiritual and the practicality of it. You have the formula for manifestation right here. But on the outside of it has this patience right here, and it has this letting go of relationships that are no longer serving you, and embracing the ones that do, the ones that make you feel uplifted. And from that, you're able to bring in these desires into your manifestation, into your experience. Okay, so that is the reading that I have for you guys. I hope that you guys can resonate with this. If you do, let me know down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe, and I will be back next month. I'll be back for the singles first. I'll do the readings for each of the signs, and then I'll be back next month for the overall energy reading, I guess, for August. So thank you guys for stopping by.